So here are 5 things that I learned on the GUINTERNET this week. And by GUINTERNET, I mean guitar, internet, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, just all the different sources that I see being a guitar teacher and student of music throughout the week, and I thought I'd share it all with you. So here we go. The first thing I learned is about who Allan Holdsworth is, and he's an absolute alien. And I think that I'm going to take some time studying and replicating his style. The first thing I learned about Allan is that he mapped out his entire fretboard with 10 different scales, and these scales, he gave them different names, not traditional names, and weird symbols, and some of them are traditional scales, but the way that he maps it out is just pretty cool. I haven't mastered all this, just the past couple days that I've learned about him. What else can I say about Allan? He's a very busy player and a very fast player, which is, I think, why I'm drawn to him. I don't really play super busy all the time. Sometimes at the end of a phrase I'll try to busy things up, but I don't play like that. I'm not a very busy player. In fact, I teach and play the opposite of that. But I guess I'm just ready for some kind of change in my life, guitar life, that I'm drawn to him, and I think I'm going to try to study and replicate his stuff a little bit. What I did learn about him, his chords are really, really exciting. They look challenging, kind of terrifying, but they're really beautiful. One thing I can share with you that I learned is that one of his scales, and I forget the name of it, but it's somewhat easy because it's a symmetrical scale. You play 2 half steps and then a whole step. So that's the scale pattern. I'll do it here in A, like A sharp, B, C sharp, D, D sharp, F, F sharp, G, A. That's the scale, right? So and he said he uses the scale to connect other chords. I have no idea how to use it. I just know he's kind of an out player, and I'm trying to expand my out playing. I'm going to start by trying to use the scale. You could play it that way. Which is kind of diagonal, kind of reminds me of the whole tone scale a bit. Or I found out that if you start on F, A, or C sharp, just 3 notes that are in that scale, play the 2 half steps after that, you can map out the entire fretboard like this. F, A, C sharp, F, A, C sharp, F, A, C sharp, F, A, C sharp. How to play it, I need to do some work on that. So that's the thing I learned about Allan Holdsworth, or from Allan Holdsworth, in one of his videos. And I'll link in the comments where I learned that from. So the next thing I learned was from a YouTube channel called Logi Sounds. I highly recommend this cat's channel. He's a really good guitar instructor and player and musician. So what he did was he took a D flat major 9 chord without the 3rd, but he sang the 3rd instead, replaced it with his voice to get this kind of effect where you sing, ooh, so you become a part of the chord with your voice. And then you move to different chords while replicating kind of in parallel an interval of that chord that should be in the guitar, but you're not going to play it. So let me see if I can do this. Ooh, there's my pitch. Ooh. Let's try it up the octave. Really cool technique. Another cool thing I learned from Logi Sounds channel was to play these chords, these 1-5-3 shaped chords going right up the major scale in A. Right, that's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished major in A, and these shapes just go 1, 5, 3. And they're really nice shapes, but also what he did was played some lead lines kind of connecting to the third of each chord. So you could play of the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That 7 becomes the 3 of the 5 chord. Then you could play 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 becomes the 3 of the 4 chord. Then you could play 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes the 3 of the 3 chord. Then you could play 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes the 3 of the 2 chord. Then you could play 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 becomes the 3 of the 1 chord. Then you could play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2 becomes the 3 of the 7 chord. And then play 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 becomes the 3 of the 6 chord. Just some really nice like voice leading type of stuff. Next up is minor caged shapes. My whole guitar life, as a player and as a teacher, I've never really used the cage system, and I know that may shock a bunch of people, but I always thought of it. I mean, I learned it, but I never really practiced it because I didn't like the extra step of thinking of a C shape when you're really playing an A chord or whatever it is. So it was a bit more for my brain to process. I've since the past couple weeks accepted it and started teaching it and making PDFs. I made a really long PDF of all 12 chords, all 12 notes in the circle of force, doing all the chord shapes, which it really does. It does help unlock the fretboard. I just don't want to think of an A shape when I'm playing a B flat. That's just kind of the thing. So here's the minor chord shapes that we came up with in one of my lessons. C minor, that's the C minor C shape. Here's the C minor A minor shape. Here's the C minor G minor shape, which is nearly impossible to play. I just like to do the bottom 4 strings, it's much easier. Here's the C minor E minor shape, and then here's the C minor D minor shape. Again, C minor, A minor C minor, G minor C minor, E minor C minor, and then D minor C minor. The last thing I saw on a guitar group on Facebook, somebody asked a question about, they kind of had a breakthrough where they realized that they can now target the 3, the 5, or the 7 in their soloing. So for example, if I've got a A7 groove happening here, I can play licks that end on the 3rd. Or the 5th. Or the, what was the other one? The 7th. How about all 3 together? And the last thing that I wanted to say about that was I made a comment and said, while those are important, don't forget about the one at the end of a phrase. So you can build up with playing all those kinds of ideas, but then don't forget about your one, because at the end of a phrase, don't forget to return to the one and put a nice triumphant cap on, you know, the tonality for your audience. People like to hear things resolve. So 5, flat 7, 3, then give it the 1 at the very end. Anyway, this is my new segment, what I learned on the GUINTERNET last week, and I hope you like it. And just to let you know, I do have some availability for guitar lessons. Check out my site, guitarreality.com, or hit me up at myguitarreality@gmail.com with 1 R. Take care.